Hi guys, just a little video this morning all about something I'm having fitted to my van. I had a little trip up to Mule Vans in the week, and he supplied me with a kit all the way from America, off a company called Off-Highway Vans, and it's their premium lift kit. Now obviously there's lots of other lift kits on the market that use a similar sort of principle of putting spacers underneath your front shocks, but the van I've got, it's got airbags on the back, so I can't actually put anything underneath. So the kit from Off-Highway Vans, what they've actually done is you unbolt all the stub axle and brake assembly on the rear axle, and it comes with a stainless steel adapter plate which bolts on, and then you rebolt the stub axle and everything back on, which lowers the wheels closer to the ground by I think it's 2 3/4 inches it works out to. Obviously the rear is higher anyway, and the spacers on the front raise it by 3 inches, but it also comes with the spacers that go on the front cross member. You actually move the cross member away from the body, and you put, I think there's 6 1-inch spacers and extended M10 bolts, and then you also put I think they're just over 1/4 inch spacers under the steering rack, which means it keeps all your camber and your tracking accurate, so as you don't have to go and have all your van realigned again. So what I'll do, I'll show you all the kit now, show you how it all is, and then once I've had it fitted, obviously I'm not fitting it myself because I ain't got the tools, I ain't got a 3-ton jack. It's pretty straightforward. If you look on any videos of how to change a front shock absorber on a Fiat Ducato, it's basically exactly the same fitting the shock absorber, but before you put the shock absorber back in, you drop the spacer on the top, bolt that in, and then push the shock absorber back in place with the 3-inch spacer. But I'll show you it all the bits and pieces, and I'll show you it all once it's fitted, and I'll go around and point everything out to you. So right, I'll just show you the kit. Right, now these are the spacers. As you can see, they're not little lightweight bits of steel, they are quite heavy. Now you'll have your shock absorber coming up. This actually fits on top of the shock absorber, and then you've got your 3 bolts which will bolt in place onto your shock absorber, and then these little lock nuts, they'll bolt it all into place when it goes back in. Also in the kit comes all the necessary nuts, bolts and washers that you need to do the job. Right, now this is the adapter plate. This bolts onto the rear axle. Obviously you remove the stub axle, and then the steel plate that's left, this adapter plate bolts onto there. As you can see, it's quite substantial. There's got to be 3 kilos in weight there. And then you also get the spacers. Now the smaller ones, these actually go under the steering rack. You'll take the bolt out, lower the steering rack down, drop one of these spacers in, and then fit one of the longer bolts. And then also you've got the spacers that go under the cross member. Now these are only aluminium, they don't actually need to be strong heavyweight steel. Obviously this one does, because with the weight of the van and everything else, it's going to be under quite some load. Right, now these are the instructions. I say Off-Highway Van, they're a US company. If you try and view the website, it won't actually let you get online unless you've got a VPN. or if you use which Opera browser, you can go on their site then, because it's already got a VPN built into it. Or if you look at their Facebook page, you can actually see what they sell, but they won't actually export to the UK to individuals. Obviously I'll pick this up from Your Vans. He's going to be distributing the kit, I think. So there you go. As you can see, there's the front shock absorber, and that's the steel plate that bolts on the top of it. And it's pretty comprehensive. It tells you, tells you how to release the shock. Just get the glove compartment out, taking the fuse box out to remove the shock absorber. There you are. The back, obviously this one shows you it with a spring. Obviously I couldn't have gone that way, but if you do use the springs and you put a spacer underneath it, basically all it's doing is lifting the spring and the bodywork up. The axle stays at the same height, whereas with this kit, because you're actually lowering that stub axle down, in effect you're raising the axle, you're just moving the wheels closer to the ground, and so it actually does give you more clearance under the back axle. So I think you're left with, according to their statistics, you're left with you have 9 inches clearance from the ground to the back axle, whereas at the moment I think there's just slightly under 7 inches clearance. So there you go, and that's the picture of what the plate actually looks like when it's bolted into position. And then the stub axle bolts down here rather than higher up at the top of the axle. Right, I say this off-highway van kit, these are the only ones that make this kit as far as I'm aware at the moment. There's a company in Canada that are selling the off-highway van kit, but they're not exporting to UK. At the moment I think it's just Mule Vans. Rhodes Vans are advertising the kit, but he hasn't got any in stock at the moment. I think he's just doing it like drop shipping. You order it, he orders it. As far as I'm aware, he's got none in stock. Don't quote me, but if you need one of these kits, get in touch with Mule Vans. Right, I'll post a follow-up video when it's all fitted to the van and show you everything the way it's fitted. There you go then, guys. So if you've found anything informative in this video, if you've liked it, even if you ain't, if you stick a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it helps the channel, it helps the algorithms on the YouTube. Also, if you want to follow the progress or watch any previous videos, click the subscribe button. Every little bit helps, and if I can help you out in any way, if you've got any questions, just drop it in the comments regardless of what it is, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, and I'll do a follow-up video to this once it's all installed. It's going in a couple of days. A local mechanic I know, he's going to sort it all out for me. As I say, I ain't doing it because I haven't got a 4-post lift or any big, really heavy trolley jacks. You can do it yourself on the drive. All you need is some decent axle stands and a couple of good jacks. But I say, all I've got is a little 2-ton trolley jack, and it won't lift the van high enough. So, rightio guys, thanks for watching anyway, and I'll catch you all later with the next video.